Hello everyone, I am Dr. Kushal Kanno, faculty member from Electrical Engineering Department, St. Vincent Pallotti College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. I would like to welcome you all on online SCTP on applications of MATLAB in mathematics, science and engineering. I am going to talk about introduction to MATLAB control system toolbox. So we are going to discuss and learn something about the introduction of the control system or introduction to how to use the control system toolbox. Now the scope of my presentation for this SCTP will be as follows. So it is well known that control system toolbox is used for design and analysis functions in control system of any system, electrical, electromechanical, etc. We know that MATLAB has several functions for designing and analyzing linear systems, both in time and frequency domain. Some of the functions that are frequently used are STEP, RLOCUS, Bode, and Nyquist. So we are going to study these four functions using MATLAB. Okay. So our first function we are going to discuss is the step function. Now step function is related to the input signal of the control system. So there are various input signals available for any system. So you can find it like the first figure, you find it is a step input. So you are finding a step input here with an amplitude equals to A. So R of t is representation of the input signal and it is plotted with respect to time t. So at t equals to 0, you are finding that the amplitude is A. At t tends to infinity, it remains A. This is what is called as the step input. This is a ramp input. So you can see that it is linearly rising. So if it can be represented as at, means if a is the amplitude, then a multiplied by t. So as the time increases, so this is also increasing. So it has a constant slope. This is a parabolic input. So you can see a parabola here. So this is a third input. Similarly, this is an impulse input. So this is a practical impulse. If you take the area under the curve, then a into 1 by a will become 1. So this is a practical impulse that can be used as an input signal. So these are the four standard test input signals that can be used to check any system. So we are going to learn for the step input, that is our figure A. Now we know that the physical system can be represented with the help of block diagram. So you are observing the block diagram of a second order control system. You can see that R of S is the Laplace transform of input signal, that is R of t. Similarly, C of S is the Laplace transform of output signal C of t. And you are finding that this is a unity feedback control system. There is no gain block in the feedback loop, or you can say the gain is 1. So this is an example of a tachometer feedback control system. Here kt is the tachometer constant, zeta is the damping ratio, omega is the undamped natural frequency. Now any system, any transfer function can be represented in the polynomial form. So if g of s is the transfer function of any system, then it can be represented as p of s upon q of s, where p of s and q of s are polynomial function that can be represented in this manner. In the numerator you can see b naught s to the power n plus b1 s to the power n minus 1 plus and so on up to bn. Similarly, for the denominator it is a0 s to the power n plus a1 s to the power n minus 1 plus and so on up to an. So any transfer function can be represented in this manner. On the basis of this, we are going to write the MATLAB program for different functions, and we will execute those MATLAB program. Now the first function that we are going to learn is a step function, and we are supposed to plot the unit step response or the time response for a closed loop control system. Now this is a standard underdamped response of a second order control system. So you can find that this, it is a unit step input. At 1.0 you are finding a flat line, straight line. So this is an input signal, and this is the output response starting from 0. It is going above 1, it is reaching a maximum value, then it is coming down below 1, and it is oscillating here. So it is an oscillatory response. Now if we want to describe this output response, then we can describe it with the help of different time domain specifications. Now for an underdamped system, the delay time TD, you are finding here delay time TD, it is the time required for the response to reach the 50% of its final steady state value. This is the final steady state value, that is 1. So how much time it takes to reach the 50% of this final value is nothing but the delay time. Similarly, for underdamped system, the rise time is defined as the time required for the response to reach the 100% of its final value in the first attempt. So here it is reaching the final value at 1 in the first attempt. This is called as rise time. Peak time is the time required for the response to reach the maximum level in the first attempt. That is what is called as the peak time. And the magnitude related to this peak time from this unit step input is called as peak overshoot MP. So peak overshoot is the amplitude between that unit step function, that is 1, and the maximum level that is attained for the first time. So this is called as first overshoot. This peak overshoot is the first overshoot. Overshoot is nothing but the magnitude, the maximum level above the unity, that is 1, is called as overshoot, whereas undershoot is the maximum level below 1 is called as the undershoot. So this is the undershoot, this is overshoot. This is also overshoot, but this is not maximum. This is maximum overshoot. In the complete response, you are finding that this point is having the maximum amplitude. So this is called as peak time. Now the settling time, this is if you are finding that there are two dash lines above and below 1.0, that is unit in a unit step input response. This is called as tolerance band. So when your output response reaches to or reaches and stay within this tolerance band, that time is called as settling time. So you are finding that after this point, the output response stays within this tolerance band. So the time required to reach this instant is called as settling time. Whereas this final level is called as the steady state value of the system. So at steady state, when the oscillations will die down, so that steady state value will be equal to 1. So at steady state, your output C of t should be equals to R of t at steady state. Now we are going to draw this time response using MATLAB function. So here this is a sample example of a MATLAB program for plotting the unit step response. I have taken an example of the transfer function g of s equals to 25 upon s square plus 4s plus 25. So let us see this program first. So the first line of the program you are finding clear all. So this will clear all objects in the MATLAB workspace, resetting all its assumptions. So whatever is the earlier data, that will be cleared with the help of this clear all. Now, if you observe the transfer function, then you are finding in the numerator, it is 25. So As far as the polynomial equation is concerned, this 25 belongs to s to the power 0 and the remaining terms are missing. So we will define the numerator of this function as num equals to 0 0 25, where 25 belongs to the s to the power 0 term, and the remaining two terms s to the power 1 and s to the power 2 are 0. So they are replaced by 0. They are missing, that's why they are replaced by 0. And in the denominator, the highest power of s is 2 and the coefficient for the highest power of s is 1. So we are writing that coefficient as 1. Similarly, for the next power of s, that is s to the power 1, is 4. So here the 4 is mentioned, and for the s to the power 0 it is 25. So this is how the numerator and denominator is represented. So the length of this particular character depends on the highest power of s, either in the denominator or in the numerator. So and the missing terms are replaced by 0. So this is the coefficient of numerator polynomial of g of s, and this is the coefficient of, these are the coefficients of the denominator polynomial of g of s. In the next line you are finding the function step. So this is step is the inbuilt function in the control system toolbox. So we are going to plot the step response for this transfer function, which we have represented it in num and den. So we will write step in bracket num comma den. So this will plot the unit step response of g of s. Then the next line you are finding grid. So this grid will display the major grid lines of the current axis. So we will be having two axes. One will be amplitude on y-axis and time on the x-axis. And the last line of the program indicates the title. So you want, whatever title you want to give to your program or to the file, image file, you can write in the title. In the single quote you can write unit step response of g of s is equal to 25 upon s square plus 4s plus 25. So this will appear in the title of the image file. Okay, this is the title of the plot. Now we'll go back to the MATLAB. So you know now how to write the program, where to write the program. So you will go to new, then you have to write the script, that is the program. So you can select script. So you will find an editor window. You can type that program here. I have already typed this here. Okay, and we have already discussed this program. So after writing this program, you have to save this program in a particular folder. So you can save it. I have saved it as tr1. So it is saved as tr1.m in the folder which I have made it for MATLAB HTTP svpcet. After saving this program, we have to run this. You are finding a run button here. Just click on it and run the program. Once the program is run, and it will execute the program, and you will find an image file here. So this is how the image file is created. Now if you want to extract the information from this image file, just go on clicking, just make a right click on this image file. You are finding a characteristic. Go on selecting the characteristic one by one. You will find a bubble appearing on the image file. So I will go on clicking it. Peak time, peak response, settling time, rise time, and steady state. So these are the points that we have got it from the image file. So in the next video we are going to continue with the same, what kind of information that we will get from this image file, that we will see in the next video. Thank you.